Talking with NoMo. Talking with NoMo. Step in the room, let's go. Got that spark, got that flow. Quick hit talk, real talk. Every word on the mark. Lean close, hear that name every time. Bring the flame, one more round, let it show. Talking with NoMo.
Well, good Sunday morning to you, Indiantown and Martian County. It is the 16th day of the 8th month in the year 2026. What a wonderful time to be alive. What a wild time to be alive. And I'm not sure some people are alive. But anyway, speaking of me, let me get some more coffee in me before we get going. All right, here we go. Look, if you are firm in your faith, you are comfortable right now. You're not panicking. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about, I think we're animals, let's face it. When you boil the fat off the bone and you look at everything and there's just nothing sitting there, you're an animal, just like any other animal laying there. You're just structured a little different, right? You have that same animal instinct in you that you can sense when something is wrong. Now, we've adapted really well. We're human, we speak, we communicate, we do things animals don't do. I'm not suggesting we're animals. Though there are some people out there that I think are animals. That being said, I think you and I can both identify when the world around us, as we know it, locally, at a national level, at a global level, even at a spiritual level, our minds, our hearts, our faith, it's all under attack. Everybody wants your mind. Everything that takes place is for the purpose of garnering your favor. Either to spend money with someone, or to like them, to get them a click, so they can be an influencer. Everyone wants your mind. Social media gets into it. Your phone listens to you and gives you things that you are talking about. Everyone jokes about it, but it's real because that's what it does. Well, why does it do it? Well, it's listening to you. We all know that. They're trying to climb in your mind. That's what elections are about. People want to get in your mind. But there's one thing I know about all this. The truth is a solvent. Yeah, it breaks things down. And that, even in its magic, can sometimes seem to take too long. But there's no real alternative. The arbiter of all truth is time. Now, I know others are as grateful as I am, or almost all others, for this remarkable opportunity to provide you with fact-based, passionate coverage of local matters that affect you and I. Because we're obviously not going to affect anything in Washington. The lake is still dirty. We're not going to affect anything at a state level. The developer laws just get stronger. We lose more of Florida every day because our legislators are allowing it and even promoting it. So, thank you again. This is obviously a hard moment for Indiantown, Martin County, all of us as citizens of the world, as Americans in what is supposed to be a United States. United we stand, divided we fall. And some of you can't afford to publicly support this kind of effort. I get that. That's why you get knocks on your door from people and have long conversations with them. Your business may depend upon it, your spouse's job, your kids may be going to schools here, and you don't want them to feel pressured. I get it. I can do it though. And because not everyone can, it just makes it all the more important that those of us who can do without undue strain, we pitch in, we do so joyfully and in truth. So we're out here. I met a lot of you yesterday. Man, several of you came up to me and said, Eric, thank you for what you're doing. I really appreciate it. Melissa Haig was with us yesterday. I know she got the same kind of thank yous. They were given to her from the crowd during the Town Hall 3.0. Miss Linda, Miss Penny, Lindy, Nikki, Yvonne, Pat, everybody that was involved with yesterday. Sally, Cindy, thank you, all of you. Because that town hall was, man, it was awesome. All right, so what was this town hall? Let's get off the philosophic for a second. I mean, we got to. We've got to. Let's talk about what happened over the past week for a few minutes, and then I'm going to try to cut you short this week because I am going to encourage you to get outside and mow your grass. Because if it looks as bad as mine does right now, oh my God, this stuff is growing like it was bamboo. Okay, so let's go down some of the week's events that took place. And man, again, it's another full week. And remember, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you should feel overwhelmed because the system is trying to be overwhelmed right now. It's part of the plan to get your mind. So let's just stick to the facts. Our town hall stuck to the facts, and we pointed out on talkaboutmartin.com where you can see our interactive map that shows you the proposed data centers that are coming to Indiantown. And you can look at the map and see some other places like Indianwood, Booker Park, Indiantown Middle School. A few of the important places around here, like where people live. Terra-Lago, how far are you from a data center and why is that important? So we talk about all of the effects. Town Hall 3.0 is up on talkaboutmartin.com. And if you have not subscribed yet to talkaboutmartin.com, while you're there and you're looking at the Town Hall 3.0, take a second, put in your email address, and click follow. It's going to go in the bucket with everybody else. We do not send you any emails other than when a new story comes out. You will get an instant alert. You will be notified before anyone else. So sign up. Town Hall 3.0, you can see the replay up there. We had this town hall so that we could introduce the Greater Indiantown Community Alliance a little bit further, and their initiative was to send out questionnaires to every one of the elected Martin County commissioners, to every one of the elected school board, to every one of the elected village council of Indiantown. They also sent out emails to every candidate for every one of those three: commission, council, and school board. So anyone involved in the decision making coming up for the next 4 years had an opportunity to respond as to whether or not they support a series of questions that were asked of them. And I'm going to tell you that if you want to find out what that questionnaire was, you have to go to greaterica.com, greaterica.com, and at the bottom of the page there's a story that will give you the questionnaire results. So go there, or you can find them on Facebook. Just look for Greater Indiantown Community Alliance. Okay, I will tell you that of those that did reply, Carmine was not one of them, and Angelina did not respond, nor did Vernestine or Miss Waters. We did have several of the candidates that did show for the event. They were the same candidates that said that they were in support with the questions, and they explained why. Other candidates and persons that responded were not there. I am assuming, as I got a message from one of them, and I agree with them, they were out canvassing and they were doing pre planned events. We're coming up on an election, so I hold it against no one for not being there. I thank you all that did reply, all 12 that did reply to that. Glad to see you're monitoring your email. I will let you know that no one on the county commission replied to us. Only two candidates did, Chris Collins and John Dial. You can go again to greaterica.com and find out all of their answers as well as the questions. We also had a bunch of interested and concerned citizens there. We spent quite a bit of time interacting with the community. To wit, there we had a full room. We took over one whole wing of the outpost restaurant at the Indianwood Golf Club in Indiantown, and let me tell you, a cheeseburger with pepper jack cheese, a little bit of mayo, and some french fries. Oh my God. They cook half-pound burgers there. By the time we were done occupying them for an hour and a half during the lunch rush, thank you waitresses for not hating us, most of us stayed and ordered. We put them into another big rush after we were done. But thank you, Outpost, for your contribution to allowing us to come in and hold this town hall. They're on talkaboutmartin.com. The lead story is the interactive map that we used. You too can go and see it. It's right there at talkaboutmartin.com, the very lead story. Just click on it and it'll get you there. Okay, Palm City, Hobe Sound. I want you guys to listen up a little bit. You have land near you, near schools, near subdivisions, that is zoned by rights for a data center. Martin County's code, much like Indiantown's code, has in it that this type of a property can have a data center on it. It is one of the pre-approved things that you can do when you come to build on this piece of property because we zoned it and said that you could, citizen. I'm sorry, resident. We are no longer citizens. We are now residents. You will be referred to as resident. So anyway, the property, I think it's 96th Street and Canner in that neighborhood, around in there. Big old piece of property. Well, guess what? It has by rights development that allows for a data center. Now, does that mean a data center is coming? No, it doesn't mean a data center is coming. It means that the county commission needs to get off of their butt and understand what the heck is going on in our world and quit playing around with the posturing up there, Mr. Rogers, and acting like I'm so. Never mind. Our county commissioner in this district has done nothing at this point publicly or communicated with any of the citizens out here that are involved in this about how he could assist us. He actually ran the other way when we invited him from our first town hall, and now it's going to end up in his backyard. Okie dokie. We're here to talk to you guys if you would like information. I'm not being hostile. This is passionate, guys. I mean, would you like me to say, and Blake Capps decided that after being invited to the first town hall, he cordially declined and then said, I don't think this is a county matter. No, that's not the way it went. We had a discussion about it, and he said he wasn't going to get involved. And the real reason he wasn't going to get involved is because Mr. Chris Collins was participating for the city of Stewart as mayor, as a sitting mayor. He would not sit alongside him. And because I've aligned myself with him, now he ignores me, just like the council does you and I when we go to talk to them about any of these matters, because the great Carmine DePaulo told us in relation to the questions that we were barking up the wrong tree. That was my first invite to him at the first town hall. I called him. We had a discussion. He said, Eric, you're barking up the wrong tree. And I hung up on him. The second time was in what's this new place? Key Foods up here. That yeah, we've got a new new crew. I'll tell you what, they're doing a great job with the uh, grocery store here in Indiantown. The diversification of the produce, the improvement in the quality of it. There are more diverse product lines that are coming in. The store is cleaning up. I mean, I've lived here for almost 2 decades, and it's always been a pigsty in there. It's old. I get it. I get it. I won't say a pigsty. That's hard. That's not fair. It's been an old store that's carried its tarnish with it over the years and its seasoning. Pigsty's a little strong. I retract that. I apologize. But anyway, the quality of the food is improving. The coolers are finally being replaced. The freezers, amazing, isn't it? But anyway, my point. Where was I? Yeah. So I saw the good Carmine in the store. I was going in to pick up my share of the flyers for the town hall to hand off to everybody, and he was in there. I wouldn't even. I barely wanted to make eye contact with me. He was uncomfortable. It's funny how he's been cruising the dollar store and Rhines all of a sudden high visibility. I know people that are in there that will work there that will tell you that between him and Angelina, I mean, good lord, that's their campaign place. And people that are working at dollar stores, I mean, it's like they're in there constantly. Don't you have anything else to do? Oh, it's election time. Sorry. Um. Anyway, I'm rambling again. I went on to hand him one of the pamphlets, flyers, and he was told to. I told him that we hadn't received his response yet, that his email was bouncing back, and went to hand him the flyer, and he said, "I don't want that crap." He said, "I don't need that crap. Get away from me." Okay. So that's your good, pleasant Carmine Diapolopolo. Moving on. Like, that's not enough. I mean, think about what we've just talked about here in 16 minutes worth of time in just a week so far. Plus, there's been a document scandal. Okay? So, Tim Mullen, who's Casey Ingram's husband, writes a letter notarized with Mr. John Hale about an administrative necessity that needs to be taken care of um, before a piece of land can move forward with a by rights development. And Norman gave Tim his approval, and it was notarized. And that letter, I mean, that's at least my take of the letter. How do I see the letter? Because it was posted online by a PZAB board member. Okay, so what's wrong with that? Well, the letter was given to Taryn Krista, Dina Friedman, and Wade Vose, the attorney. The attorney, the village manager, and the director of development, or whatever her title is. She the head honcho. She the one that gets to decide whether or not the data center gonna be approved. Um, so this letter was sent to the three of them. Okay, well, that's the way it's supposed to be done, right? And wasn't long after that, the PZAB board member posted a copy of it online with this cutesy, insinuative post. Huh. Wait a minute. The letter has nothing to do with the PZAB at all. At all. And it got into this person's hands. Should be a simple administrative effort. So, how did the document go from either Wade, Taryn, or Dina to the PZAB board member that has no interest in it? We're going to make something up now? Um, It then goes on from there. Why, as a public official, would you post that? What's your point? So that's what we're calling a document scandal. I mean, none of this makes any sense. This is some kind of a backhanded bludgeoning hammer of some kind in intimidation, it seems. I mean, why else would you do something like that? This makes no sense. But I'm sure the truth will come out. We have plenty of public records requests that are going to bring things forward, and we will find out in time. You know, all I'm saying is what I'm seeing. I'm not making any inferential disclosures or anything like that. This is just me saying, it looks this way to me. From what I can find from public record and speaking with the people involved, and the questions are natural questions that arise from this. They're not implicative. You make up your own mind. I'm not telling anyone what to think. Okay, let's go on. We had a talking with NoMo. Two of them actually last week. It was a busy week, guys. Talking with NoMo, we spoke with Jackie Clark. We also spoke with Melissa Haig. Jackie and I had a real good interview. I think you should go back and listen to it. And Melissa Haig and I had a real interesting one too. She has spent a lot of time on the documents, and boy, the stories she told about what's going on in her ability and the roadblocks that she's meeting to try to get a document or find things is just incredible. We did another talking with NoMo with Miss Melissa. We also, in that interview we did, or discussion with talking with NoMo, we did a breakdown of the contributions and where they're coming from for each of the local council members. Who has the grassroots money coming in? Who has the money coming in from PACs in Virginia tied to the Garcia group that want more favors, like doubling the size of their commercial space from 100,000 to 200,000? Who has the union for the firefighters out saying that the Three Musketeers are the best thing for Indiantown? Why do you think they would do that? Ask yourself. What does a union do? Okay, it supports itself and its workers, right? And the number one thing in a union's interest is what? Wages, money, jobs, equipment, training, materials, bettering, one, their ability as firefighters. Thank you for being there. Sorry you're in a union. And two, it it enriches the institution. These things become fiefdoms. They are powers of hundreds of millions of dollars of money involved in these municipal fire departments and sheriff's departments. There are funding concerns. No one wants to cut their budget. So a data center in Indiantown is right up the union's alley because they get a new hazmat unit. They get all of the coolest and neatest firefighting toys to put out a Tesla. Well, think of a data center as 1,000 Teslas in a row and one catches fire. They all catch fire. And you can't put them out with water, baby, because that just makes the fire worse. You can't smother them with oxygen because they burn even more. So you got to have specialized stuff. Okay, I get it. So, why all three of the incumbents? And why? Let me ask you this. How did you come to that decision, Martin County firefighters? Because I've spoken with the other candidates, and they said that there was never an interview, never a questionnaire, never a discussion, never a Zoom call. You just pick these names out of the air. Again, there are people that are using the system, that are involved in the system, to use their influence to place influence upon you and your mind. They want your mind. Is there anybody in Terralago that knows whether or not the firefighters came knocking on their door? I would love for somebody to drop me a line. I won't even mention your name. You can do it anonymously. Just drop me a message somewhere. Editor, talkaboutmartin.com. You can put it in a comment online as anonymous. It doesn't matter. Um, did the firefighters go through Terralago? Because we have had other candidates that have wanted to walk and knock on doors that have been turned away and told to stay out. These are the people in Terralago, not the people in the homes. The ownership pumped thousands of dollars into each one of those candidates that were on that firefighters mailer that went out to you. You received mailers for Karen from 2 Virginia-based PACs. The same address for those PACs is the same address for the new Youth Sports Foundation. Isn't that neat? And you know what the place is? It's called a drop. You should see how many different businesses related to the Garcia Group are actually registered at this one address in a strip mall, retail strip mall, for the headquarters of Garcia Group, for the headquarters of your Indiantown Youth Organization League, for the headquarters of the PAC that was sending money to Karen. Okay, I mean, it's out of control. They want your mind. And look at how hard and how much they're willing to pay for it. So listen to Melissa and I have a discussion, and we'll tell you about who's actually getting money from the people, whose organization campaigns are grassroots driven. Like the good Carmine DePaulo actually had 4 people as admins when they asked to be admitted into a couple of Facebook groups that I manage. 4 admins. Not one of them was him. Angelina, 3. Not one of them was her. If you think you're talking with them online, you are not. You are talking with one of their handlers that is nice to you, because Angelina can't put a sentence together and Carmine can't do it without telling you to flip off. At least me. And Angelina, you're great, hon. I really do. I love you, but this is an election. This isn't about who you love the most. Who is the sweetest, most cherub little huggable thing? You do great things. I actually like you. You know that. We can talk to one another. I have nothing against you, Angelina. But this is not this election, and a person's vote in Indiantown is not about who you love the most. It's a chess move. It's a chess move. And if you don't make this chess move the right way, it's over. You're going to see a mass exodus of people that live here, that have lived here for a long time. It'll be gone. We'll sell the properties or they will sell the property. I've already talked to people. They will sell the properties at a premium and just say, have it, take it. You've killed it. It's done. I don't want to live in what you're building. There is good news. You still have a vote. There is an election coming up, and you have a potential to build a new council. I urge it. Okay, one last thing. Martin County has been screaming about tax reform on initiative on the ballot, and worrying so much about how, if this goes through, how are we ever going to keep all of these things that we're funding? Oh, the poor turtles. I'll tell you how you do it. There's 2 ways. One, you start with disbanding the CRAs, and you start bringing their money back into the big pot. You take away all of the administrative overhead and the people that are dealing with it right now, and you're going to save yourself several millions of dollars. You go through and let's do a review and audit of the nonprofits that are getting money from everybody here in Martin County. I think there are some trimming of the fat that might need to be done there, but hey, what do I know? All right, guys, next Talking with NoMo will be next Sunday, or not Talking with NoMo, but my next Sunday update will be after the election. And I am hoping to see Jay Collins in the general election. I think we're going to see the good Charles Chuck Wynn, retired military colonel and good friend, in a runoff with Christia Lee Roberts. These are predictions of mine. I think we're going to see a major upset in Indiantown. I think people have had enough, and it's getting people up, out, and voting. And we know that we've been opening our mouth enough to get the word out. All right, a lot going on, guys. I love you all. There ain't nothing you can do about it. If you made it this far into the discussion this morning, what the hell's wrong with you? No, I'm only joking. Thank you for being there. It really means a lot to me, and I hope that we can all focus ourselves again back on that self-honesty. Be honest with yourself so you can be truthful with others, and once the truth is out there, it wins, baby. So keep spreading the love and spread the truth. Love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it. NoMo out.
Talking with NoMo. Talking with NoMo. Step in the room, let's go. Got that spark, got that flow. Quick hit talk, real talk. Every word on the mark. Lean close, hear that name every time. Bring the flame, one more round, let it show. Talking with NoMo.